Howdy folks, this morning's shave is going to be from a soap from back when the tins were being used on a regular basis. This one here is from Yulay, called Dryads. Used to have 5 ounces of soap, it doesn't anymore. I got this at the tail end of when she quit putting soap in tins and started going to the plastic tubs. This is what the soap looks like. You tell I've been in it a few times. And very nice presentation of the soap. I'll put a scent description from her website. It's a very nice scent. I really like this one. It's one of the first ones I got from her with the aftershave, and this one here is, well, you can kind of tell I've used it a few times. Also got the alum block complete with a rubber band. Thayer's witch hazel with aloe. Shaver of the day is Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It's a prismatic. It is what I would call a thin profile head. So those that need to shave under the nose, that might work for you, but it does have slight overhang from the blade that you'll have to watch out for. You kind of see that it's got grooves on the top, and the handle is relatively short. It's not a long handle by any means. I like this shaver. It's very efficient. Yesterday I was out and about, and I was late getting home, and while I was out, Russell's brush came in. I'll put a link down below for Facebook where he has these brushes. That's what's on the bottom of the brush. This handle here is a Bradford Pear. In other words, it's wood, and the knot that you can tell is a Timberwolf. It's dark in color, black and kind of a charcoal grayish color. And got it whipped up here in my rather old mug here, or bowl that is. Been using it for a mug, shaving. And if you didn't see last time, that is what it looks like on the bottom. Just says hotel. I'm thinking it's probably been around since the 40s or maybe early 50s. It's a fairly old, thick bowl, so you wouldn't want to drop one of these on your foot. It would hurt. While I was out and about, my wife had noticed a razor at an antique store, and she said, well, you probably don't want it because it's missing a part. I thought, well, it depends on what it's missing, you know. Sometimes, you might like to get one for the handle or whatever the case might be. Well, come to find out, it wasn't missing a piece. But it's not exactly matched up. This handle here is what you would typically see with a ball tack. But the top here is, yeah, it needs to be cleaned up. I haven't cleaned it up just yet. It is from the old style Gillette, and it's a whole $5. So sure, I'll take that. So yesterday, I had a pretty busy yesterday. I started out with the lawn care. Got part way through it. Say part way, in other words, I hadn't done the trim. This is my first mow at this location, and there's a lot of yard and a lot of mowing. A lot of fun, huh? Got the dirty clown fruit here, pre-shave. But had a fairly busy day yesterday. Picking up a few more items that we needed. I kind of figured I have an edger that I guess you might say very few people use. And I didn't have much of a need for a line trimmer in my previous location, so I had to get one of those yesterday. But I'm also thinking I might need to use it for the edging, because my edger is the old style edger that, in other words, the power comes from elbow grease from you. It does not take gasoline or electricity. No more edging I had to do before. It worked out well for me to have one like that. I'm gonna work this in just a tad bit. Did work this lather up a little bit wetter, thinner, if you will, than what I did yesterday. Seems like for me the thinner or more wet it is, it works better with a shavette or a straight razor. Yesterday's was a little on the thick side, a little thicker than what I would like for it to be. The water temperature here for me has affected my lather, and it's taken me a little while to make that adjustment on how much water I need to put in with the soap to get it at the right consistency that I'm used to. Some little hit and miss. Looks pretty good. That ought to be pretty slick. I had how I found out about Russell's shaving brushes. There was another gentleman that was interested in it, and he posted it to another Facebook group. And I had seen it once before, but just hadn't had a moment to get back to it. And so when I saw it, it kind of prompted me to go back to the page and take a look at it. And I realized I hadn't, excuse me, I don't have a brush due now that was made out of wood. And thought maybe it might be time to give it a try. So Russell's going to be my test, I guess you might say, his brushes. I like this color. It's made a right choice, I think. He's got some that have longer handles, and I'm kind of giving that some consideration also, getting one with a longer handle, because I do like those from time to time. Especially in certain kind of bowls or mugs. They're very deep. Those handles come in handy. Here we go with the first pass here. Oh, guess I ought to tell you what kind of blade I'm using. This is what it's wrapped in. This is, yeah, there we go. It's a Lord Cool blade. It is Teflon coated. Comes in a pack like this. I'll put a link down below for the website where I get these from, because they're not the easiest to find. I would say it's this blade for me, for the most part, works pretty well. In other words, it's sharp enough, and I think the Teflon coating helps it out quite a bit. It's been a while, but I've done a video with this shaver, and at least in my opinion, it is very easy to learn how to get the angle on it. If you're looking for an inexpensive shaver, a new one, these can be had for about, I think if I remember right, the $25 mark. Excuse me. I'll put a link down below. But for no more money than what this is a pretty nice shaver. I missed out on the opportunity when he was offering the handles with the purple tip, and kind of anxious to see if he'll come out with some more of those handles. He still has them listed, but listed as sold out last time I looked. So I'm kind of anxious to see if he'll bring out some more of those. I think I would get one of those handles with this head. Douglas comes out with some pretty nice shavers. I know that's got to take a lot of time to work up. Need to catch that, make sure I don't miss that part. Yulay soaps, I haven't found one of them that doesn't work for me. not talking necessarily about scent, but as opposed to the performance. Performance has always been good for me. I don't, of course, haven't had any that scent-wise I didn't like either. I've been pretty lucky to what I read works within what I'm expecting to get. Even though the way I look at it, it's kind of hard for me to be disappointed in a scent and not want to use it. Most of them I like. Dirt's one of them. Can't do dirt. Can't do that scent. No way. There was some lather. You could tell, you might as well go, this is one of those ones that I might refer to. You probably can't see it. I'm still struggling with the camera angle. The lather does not get clogged up in the shaver. And it does not seem to mind my thick growth. It does rather well. I like this shaver. I noticed earlier, if you follow the Google Plus group, How to Grow a Mustache, maybe 2 weeks ago, could be 3. A number of the shavers were shaving with this razor, and it is, I really like this razor. If there's one I would recommend that I've used from there that's relatively easy to learn how to use, that would be that one there. The Bakelite, see if I can remember the name of this one properly. Alpha Elliptic. It's a Bakelite, and matter of fact, I probably should shave with it next weekend since I'm mentioning it. Next Sunday. Shave that or okay, so maybe, I don't know. Sometimes weekday videos are kind of tough to do, but I don't know if I'll pull one off on Monday or not. There's a particular way that I have found that it works better for me shaving with it. I don't have, I guess you might say, one that's made out of aluminum. But I know the Bakelite one, once you figure out how to use it, it is very easy to get a good shave with it. The head is, I guess you might say, slanted. It's got a hump on it. And that, in my opinion, helps aid with the angle that you should be getting. But I also noticed that there's a particular way with that hump, the way it's angled, I get a better shave. It feels smoother. It just feels better all the way around if I use it a particular way. Your experience might be different if you were to get one. The Bakelite one's only $20. That's pretty inexpensive. And then his Bakelite slant ones. Now those are very efficient. If you're starting out, I don't know that I would recommend starting out with that one because it's my opinion, it's aggressive. You can get a very close shave with one of those. At least that's been my experience. And they're $20 also. Very expensive to get started with. Very smooth shaver. This blade works well for me. I think it's the Teflon coating makes a difference for this blade. I been wanting to shave with this for quite a while. I almost started to shave with it during the move. But I opted to start out with the Italian Barber's quick change DE. It's twist open. That's another inexpensive shaver too. Usually you get it for under $10, right around the $10 mark maybe, but I got mine on sale for $7.99 I think it was. That's a pretty good buy. This is a really nice shaver. You gotta, if you're looking for one that's inexpensive, you gotta give that one a try. Except the handle is short, so you may not like that part of it, but that's a pretty smooth shave right there. I don't trim underneath the nose, so that overhang may or may not be an issue for you. There's another one, don't hear excuse me, a whole lot about it in the shave groups, and I'm not, how you say, 100% sold on the handle, but if you've seen the advertisements for bevel, the that shaver there does not have the overhang, and it is a pretty good shaver. It would be, in my opinion, very close to maybe a Baltec. Shaves really well. There's a gentleman by the name of, goes by the name of Don the Navy Goat. He's in the Google Plus How to Grow a Mustache group, and I guess you might say I'd been looking at it off and on for a while, but I was not wanting to pay at that point in time, the going price, and it still might be around the $50 mark, and I wasn't willing to pay that much at that point in time. I thought I'd just wait, and I did wait long enough, and I picked it up for, I think it was $25. It was down around that range where it's kind of hard not to give it a try. And Don had posted a shave with it, and he had mentioned that he felt like it was a good shaver, and that kind of felt like, well, if Don feels that way, then chances are it is a pretty good shaver. So I found one on eBay, picked it up for $25, and it is a very good shaver, especially for somebody starting out. It's a mild shaver, very easy to get a smooth, comfortable shave, and almost picked it out today. Finally found the box, in other words, that it was hiding in. I've been struggling finding everything. You know, I'm still going to work, so by the time you get home, you got other things going on. A band concert, orchestra, all kinds of stuff going on. It's not easy to, excuse me, devote a lot of time to unpack everything in the time that you would like to get it unpacked. Here's some witch hazel. So that's taken some time. And plus with the new location, setting up, I guess you might say, all the computers and everything, and what used to work in one location is not exactly working all that well in the new. So I am still working out all those details. So I got my laptop out on the kitchen table still. Need to get it back into the bedroom off the kitchen table. This is pretty much standard with Monica's aftershaves. You will need to shake them up. They come in a plastic container, and I think it's, this one here is 4 ounces. I think your others might be, they might be 4 ounces. I have 3.4. I haven't really paid that close attention. They all seem to come in the same size container. So, the scent, it's not a light scent. I wouldn't say it's overwhelming. Those that might be familiar with Arco's hard soap, in other words, not the cream, it's not quite like an Arco that jumps right out there and hits you, but it's up there. Now I don't guess you might say subscribe that certain scents should be used in certain time of the years. I go with what I feel like using of the day, and also the same thing with the soap. If that's what I feel like using, if the soap and the aftershave don't go together, that's just what I want to use for the day. That's what I go with. And I understand there might be a time when I get a little bit more familiar with the scents and what goes with the time of the year and all that sort of thing, but for me, I use what I want to use regardless what time of the year it is. Once again, I'll put a link down below for Russell's Facebook website, I guess you might say, for his brushes. He's got several pictures of them. This one here was within the fourth grouping, the second one out of the fourth grouping. I like this one. The color scheme is one of the reasons why I like this one, the shape, and I like the knurling. That part right there, to me, I guess you might say that was the part that sold me. I was looking for something like that, as opposed to just a totally smooth brush. But anyway, you can't see me looking at it over here, but anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.